The rapid growth of homes for sale has slowed. Is this the reprieve home sellers have been looking for and the move buyers were wishing would not happen? Well, we're going to talk about that and much more in this week's Eastside Real Estate Update. I'm your host, Tony Meier with Windermere Real Estate. For 36 years, I've been an avid study of the real estate market, using information to help our clients make smart, timely, and financially profitable real estate decisions. We're going to help you with some of that same information this week. We're going to talk about rates for sale and pending, months of inventory, and median sales price to see how the market is evolving. First up is interest rates. Good news, we haven't seen rates like this in 2 months. So we're back down to 6.79. It's not a huge change, but it is the right direction, and that's causing buyers to move into the marketplace, changing some of the dynamics, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. So homes for sale. This is really the big highlight of this week's video. If you want to understand the market, you've got to look at supply versus demand and see how things are moving. So the supply side of the equation this week is actually down just a tiny bit from last week. We still remain up 101% from 2024, and you're going to see that's how some of our numbers are significantly different this year. But here's the big caveat. The momentum of new listings has slowed down dramatically. So if you looked at April and May, specifically the Wednesday of 4/2 to the Wednesday of 5/28, listings on the east side climbed by 83%. That's a massive change in homes for sale. But you look at June alone, 6/4 to 6/25, that's 4 weeks, we're only up 10%. So I think sellers are getting the message that if we keep coming to market, we're going to drive prices down. And so many of these sellers who thought, I might want to sell, I might not, are going, you know what, maybe I don't want to sell. And so that's giving buyers less options today than they had just a bit ago. So what's going on with their pendings? Our pendings remain strong, and they're up quite a bit this week, up 11% and up 23% from 2024. Rates coming down are certainly causing that opportunity, and buyers taking advantage of the inventory to make a choice, get into the marketplace. So our months of inventory, which is the measure of supply versus demand, has come back down this week. We're still sitting over 2 months, which is essentially a balanced market, but realistically, as much as we've been, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 a month of inventory over the last few years, 2.1 feels like a buyer's market for sure, and that is softening our prices at this point. We are down from last week. We do remain up 64% from 2024, which was 1.31, again showing a change in our marketplace. Our median price for the last 30 days, well, this has been slowly going down. We are sitting at $1,590,000 at this point. We're down 3% from last week and down 6% from 2024. This number will bounce around, but I do expect as we look towards the end of the year that prices will tend to settle. That is the trend. We see the bulk of our appreciation in the spring, and then we see settling prices throughout the year depending on the dynamics of supply versus demand. So if you've got questions about this information, want to know how best to maximize your opportunities in this marketplace, we're absolutely here to help. Reach out to us. If you like what we have to say, please hit the thumbs up icon, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for our future updates. Well, that's it for now, and we'll talk with you next week. Take care.